Alrighty, welcome back to another episode. So, just before we start today's episode, I want to give a huge congratulations to Eric Sheepens. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. You are the winner of the giveaway, and I'll be sending this hoodie out to you on Monday when this video goes live. So, basically, yeah, congratulations, dude, and thank you everyone for your entries. They're all really good, heaps of funny jokes. Again, guys, and let's get back to today's video. Hey, how are you all doing, guys? So basically in today's video we're going to be debadging my 350Z, so let's get straight into it. Now the reasoning behind I'm debadging the 350Z is basically because I've ordered a spoiler off the internet and you need to remove the badges off the boot so it can fit flush, otherwise it hits and it doesn't fit flush and it doesn't mount properly. So we're going to be debadging it. I'm just going to quickly show you how to do it. I'm sure everyone knows how to do it, but I'm just going to do it quickly. Not many actual tools you're going to need for today, guys. You only need a few. You only need a hairdryer or a heat gun. Either's fine, doesn't matter. If you have a hairdryer, that's what I'm going to use. It just takes a bit longer to heat it up, but it still works fine. You're going to need a piece of string line, fishing line, so you can go through and pull the glue off, and then you're just going to need some polish to polish it out afterwards, and just a rag and some wax and grease remover, or actually petrol. If you haven't got any wax and grease remover, just to remove the actual glue that's left on the back of it. Now, as you just saw, it's relatively easy. Just get them off. So you're just going to give it a little bit of heat, and then you're just going to pull the fishing line all the way through, and they're going to slide straight off, nice and easy. Now we're going to get onto the Nissan. Now there's two holes behind that, so we're going to have to fill those afterwards, but that should be fine. And then we're going to spray over it and make it look mad. Alright, so we're going to get to that one now, and we'll get from there. Alrighty, now once you remove this, you're going to see there's two poles in there. Get that close. See those two? You're going to have to fill those two holes, but it's nice and easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. But firstly, we're going to have to get all the glue off the car. I'll show you the two holes quickly. So, we're going to have to fill them, and it should be all sweet. Alright, now we're going to use some wax and grease remover and a microfiber towel. Heat it up a little bit, and then try and get it all off. Should be nice and easy, we hope. Not gonna lie, that took a long ass time to get everything off, but it's all done now, which is good. So the next step is to actually fill these two holes here. See these two holes? Focus. These two holes here, we're gonna fill those. So what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna go in behind it. We're gonna take off the boot panel. We're gonna put some sticky tape behind it so to hold the bog in, and then we're gonna put some bog in there. So what we're going to do is basically put some sticky tape around it and then poke a hole through where we've got to go, so that way we don't get any arrest on the rest of the paint. Now I've never done this before, but I'm hoping it's going to work. I've never really done any body work, so I've got some paint match so we can do so I can touch it up with the blue paint. But so first thing, get the back panel off, put some sticky tape behind it, and then bog over it and see how it goes. After looking at it, I actually can't get behind it to put some sticky tape in, but it doesn't really matter. So out your little bits of masking tape so it doesn't go around, because you don't want it in there. Alright, so once you've got your holes cut out perfectly with your masking tape, now we're going to try and mix up some bog and put it in there and make it hard. Alright, so what you're going to need is basically just your bog, a board to mix it up on, and a little spatula. Now I've got this little tiny thing, it's just a little bit of plastic, you can use anything. So you're just going to get a little bit out, and then you add a tiny little bit of hardener. Bog, and you're going to fill up the holes. Funny that I'm like trying to tell you guys how to do something that I actually have no idea how to do. Well, I think it's funny anyway. It's turning out okay. I don't know if I would suggest using what I use to bog to do the holes, but I'm sure you can do something a lot better, because this is for timber, basically, for bogging up like nail holes and stuff in timber. But I don't know, it's going alright, so just going to give it a few more minutes and then we're going to come and try and do something with it, I guess. I believe it has actually turned out really well. The holes are plugged and they're sitting flush, which I'll show you right now. See how the holes... I actually can't believe it. So we're going to rip the tape off now, and then we're going to use some touch-up paint to fix it up. You can see... Last thing we're going to do now is actually just put some touch-up paint on the holes, and we're done. Now I'm going to go ahead and polish out the rest of the discoloration where the badges used to be, but it's actually Father's Day today here in Australia, so I've got to get somewhere. But so I'm just going to quickly get some paint on there, and then I'm going to polish it, and then we'll come back next week and I'll show you what it looks like all finished. But for now, let's just get some paint on so I can get going.
Get to the day you're 28 years old. You're dripping like a saturated sunrise. You're spilling like an overflowing sink. You ripped at every edge, but you're a masterpiece.
Alrighty guys, so that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I know it was like kind of easy. I haven't worked with bog or anything before. I've done it with timber, but not on a car. It actually came out not too bad, considering it's only temporary. Click the subscribe button here, and if you want to see last week's video, click here. And thanks again, and I'll see you next week.